friends, Pastor Buddy Chapman, little Kingdom Minute. I was reading a little something tonight, just really jumped out, and I want to talk to you about it. I'm going to be in chapter 4, verse 12, 1 Timothy. I'm going to read it to you guys here. It says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." And as I read that tonight, it kind of took me back down memory lane when I first got into ministry over 20-some years ago, which I was much younger then for sure. It kind of seemed like maybe folks weren't going to listen to me as much because I was a young guy. Surely, he couldn't know anything about this or that. And I will say this, as you hopefully mature, you're growing and learning more, and we always want to continue to be growing. But I remember that I really had a sticking point with that. I was like, man, it just felt like I was overlooked a lot, and maybe that was me, and maybe it was true, maybe it wasn't. But I looked at the scripture tonight, and it brought me back to that. And like I said, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. I'm going to read it again. It says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set the example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." And I tell you what, regardless of our age, we can be a mirror of Christ to people. I'm going to tell you what, I've had people older than me really have great impact on my life because of those very things, the way they live their life, the way they recognize others and lift them up, and the way they handle situations in their life through their speech, through their love, through their conduct. And also young folks. I tell you what, I was sharing with somebody not too long ago, and I'll make this short and bring it to a close. I was doing a wedding probably, 4 or 5 years ago. And it was a young guy and his wife to be, and really a great guy. And I was sharing some time with him, and he says, when his mom came out, he really made over his mom, and he took care of her and made sure she had the seat and everything. I said, "Man," I said, "you're really quite a gentleman." And he said, "My mom really showed me something when I was growing up." He said, chivalry, to really take care of things and step up. He says, "My mother's never opened a car door for herself, and she never will as long as I'm around." And I thought, wow, that's really cool. This young man was really just living it out and just really recognizing how God has blessed him with a great lady in his life. And I know he does the same with his wife. And I thought, man, you know what? My wife's never going to open a door again. And I tried very, very hard to just be a blessing. And I know that, maybe that sounds like something small, but that's something a young guy taught me. He was much younger than me, and I thought, man, I really like the way you handle yourself. I really like the way that you are reflecting God. So all that to say this, you know what? Just like the scripture said, don't let any age hold you back from sharing and loving and sharing what God's put in your life. Let me tell you what, you align your life with God, your speech with God, your love with God, your conduct with love at any age. And I'm going to tell you what, as a result, people are going to look to you and say, there's something different about that person. So I pray as we go through this tonight, we think about my age doesn't have anything to do with my serving the Lord. It's about my heart. You guys keep serving, keep looking up, keep praising the Lord. We'll see you soon. We love you. Share the message. Bye-bye.